Welcome back, Scarlett, as we investigate why does it hail. A quick review. Everything is made of matter, and matter is made of particles. These particles are called molecules. When you add energy to molecules, they move faster. We measure this with temperature, or we can say they have more energy. When molecules lose energy, they move slower. Again, we can measure this with temperature. Last Tuesday, a lot of you showed what you understood about the relationship between temperature, energy, and molecules. For example, Grace said that if we collected temperature data near the ground, we would see warmer temperatures and the particles would probably be hotter and faster and moving farther apart. Many of you drew models like this that showed that the air closer to the ground was hotter and the particles were moving faster and had more energy, and the air higher up in the sky was colder and the molecules were moving slower and they had less energy. Last week, you saw that the Earth's surface is heated when it absorbs light from the sun. You also saw that different surfaces heat up differently depending on how much sunlight they absorb. For example, the blacktop absorbed a lot of sunlight. It got really hot. You might be asking yourself, how does this help us answer our question? Why does it hail? Well, on the days when it hailed, we saw that the air was relatively warm near the surface. We were in Arizona or Kansas. We saw grass. So, if we can observe what happens to the air after it's warmed, that may help us figure out what's happening to the air outside on a day when it hails. To look at what happens to air when it's warmed, we'll do 2 experiments this week. Today, we're going to do a soap bubble experiment. The main things you need to know for this experiment is that when molecules get faster, they have more energy and they're hotter. You also need to know the word collide, which means hit each other. When particles collide or hit each other, they transfer heat. Here you can see as the particles hit each other, they are transferring the heat. The hotter energy moves to the cooler particles. Don't forget the word collide, which means hit each other. You can see that when a hotter particle collides with a colder particle, the heat transfers. This is called conduction. Let's take a sneak peek at today's assignment. You're going to start with a soap bubble demonstration. Click here if you want to do it at home. It's pretty fun and you don't need a lot of materials. If you don't want to do it at home, you can click here and watch a short 30-second Edpuzzle. When you're done, you'll write what you noticed and wondered about the experiment. Next, you'll create a model. You have a choice to create a paper pencil model or a model in Google Drawings. If you're making a paper pencil model, you can start by drawing this, and if you need help, you can watch this video. Add your picture here. If you're using Google Drawings, double-click on this picture to complete your model here. When you're done, press Save and Close. Finally, you'll summarize what happened to the air when it was warmed up and cooled down in the experiment. Fill in the blanks. Next, see if you can make a connection. How did what we did today with the bottles relate to what we're trying to figure out about hailstorms? Then, reflect on your learning targets and you're done for the day. Don't forget to come back on Thursday to complete the week's assignment.